Welcome to the very last day of CHD Awareness Week. Today is February 14th and it is day 8 of this little photo video challenge. And today's challenge is Tribute to Your Warrior Angel. I've heard a lot about Gracie's story, her diagnosis, and when she was born, her surgeries and medications, and the story of how she passed away, and my struggles of going through a time of grief and healing, and what I've done with my grief. And I started a nonprofit organization, Cakes from Grace, and it's really been my healing place. My therapy is to bake cakes, and so I donate them to kids with congenital heart defects. So I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit more about Gracie, some of her quirks and some of her fun stories, and of course behind me, there she is, my beautiful Gracie. Whenever I see anything like in a bright pink color, I think of her. It was on this day that we did like a little fun little photo shoot. My dad took some pictures, and she had this little duck blanket, and it was bright pink. And so we had that as her backdrop. Whenever she wore this bright pink color or had it around her, she just kind of lit up. She was just so breathtakingly beautiful in this color pink. And she was always surrounded by bright colors, whether it was her stuffed animals that she was always surrounded in her bed with, or, you know, her bright blankets or bright clothes when she got to wear them. And it was also her very first day that she wore a dress. And so it was a great day. She was in a great mood and had lots of fun, bright looks on her face, and it was a good day. Now, one of my most favorite moments with her was the day that we painted her nails. My sister-in-law, Jen, Gracie's auntie, she brought some nail polish one afternoon, and it was a bright pink, hot pink color, and of course we asked her nurse, would it be okay if we painted her toenails? Because, you know, it's just something fun, and, you know, she's a girl, and she wasn't like eating her feet like most babies do, because she couldn't. So we asked, you know, can we do this? And so the nurse says, you know, there's probably something somewhere that says no, absolutely not. But you know what? The nurse says, yes, please do. So of course Jen and I got to have fun with that, and it was so fun to paint her little tiny toenails, and they were so cute and bright pink. And I think pink was her color because she was more of a pale blue color skin tone. These CHD kids do have that bluer skin tone, but pink was her color. Now, of course, I spent my days with Gracie. I was there early in the morning and left pretty late at night some nights to come back home and do it all again the next day. But during the time that we were there, you know, I gave her baths, I changed her diaper, and when she had a tracheostomy, we had special CPR and tracheostomy training, and so after that I was her nurse. I did all of her cares for her. I changed out the trach, and I did all of the suction. Those of you that have kids with trachs know what I'm talking about. I gave the meds. I pretty much did everything. The nurses just kind of stood by just in case. And mostly I just sat and rocked her all day. And I sang songs to her, some very special songs that are still very special to me, that are Gracie's songs. One that we always sang was Healer, and the song was just so perfect for her, and it calmed me down on days that I was having a hard day, and with everything going on with her and just not being able to take her home and just the struggles at the hospital. But the song Healer goes, I believe you're my healer. I believe you are all I need. I believe you're my portion. I believe you're more than enough for me. And the bridge was always one that I had a tough time singing, but I felt so good singing it because I felt God's presence in that room every time I sang it. Nothing is impossible for you. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible for you. You hold my world in your hands. We sang that song at Gracie's funeral. And when we sang that song, I stood up and I went to the front of the stage where we had a table with some of her stuffed animals and pictures and everything. And I stood up and I went to that table and I raised my hands up and I sang. I sang so strong. I sang to Gracie. I sang to God. I stared at her picture the whole time, and it was healing to sing Healer to her that one last time. And whenever I hear that song, whenever I try to sing that song, it brings me back to every time I sang that with her. We also sang another song that had her life verse in it, and it's called Isaiah by Elizabeth Honeycutt. When I was sitting in the room when we were waiting for her to get out of surgery, her first surgery, her heart surgery, when we were sitting in that room with my families and pastors, and we read some verses from the Bible, and you know, we prayed and everything, and of course that verse came up, and I knew of the song, and it just popped in my head. And ever since that day, I always sang that song to her. And something very special to me, something that my sister-in-law, Gracie's auntie, made. It's one of my favorite things that I have in my house. And she made this. It has part of Gracie's life verse on it. And I wanted to share it with you. This is it. And another thing that I wanted to share was that we decided to cremate Gracie. Of course, when it came to making the decision whether to bury her or cremate her, it was an easy one for Sean and I to make, because she spent her entire life in a hospital room. That was her room, that was her home for a little less than 82 days. She had never been outside that hospital, and we made the decision to cremate her because we wanted her to be free. We wanted her to stay with us and be with us, and we wanted to take her on our travels and around the country, or, you know, someday world, who knows. But so we have a little thing of ashes that I've been taking with us. We took her to Arizona and let some of her go in the mountains, and we also have a special place in Grand Marais, Minnesota. It's way up north on Lake Superior, and that's always been a special place for me ever since I was like very, very young. And my husband and I went there on our honeymoon, and we also went up there the day after Gracie's funeral just to get away from everything and everybody. And when we left to go up there, I took some of Gracie's ashes and we put her in a very special spot out on Artist Point in Grand Marais, and we let her go in the lake, in the big lake. Every August we go up there, and on her birthday, August 2nd, we visit her special spot, and we bring fresh roses out there and we let them go in the water. And that's our little tradition every year on her birthday to celebrate. And I, of course, make a cake every year, and we eat that on her birthday. And I also keep her ashes in this heart right here. It's a glass heart. It's shaped like a heart, and it's pink and purple, and those were Gracie's colors. And some of her ashes are in here, and they were basically blown into the glass while this was made. And another reason I wanted to cremate her was because I wanted to keep her in our house. I wanted to keep her in something like this so that I could hold it, because when I hold her, I feel her, and this is very special to me. We also put some ashes in a tree that was donated to us by Project 52. They brought a tree out to our home. It's a beautiful red maple, and we put it in the ground the summer after Gracie passed. When we dug that hole, I put more of her ashes around the tree, and it's kind of funny how the tree has been growing. It's got this little crook in its neck, like a little curve, and it might sound crazy, but it reminds me of Gracie and her tracheostomy, her trach, because it was bendy, and I don't know. It's it's a character that the tree has taken on, and I believe that it's Gracie's little trademark or something. But around her tree I have grown some plants, some perennials, and some lavender that I actually use in some of my cake recipes. And that's just a few things that I wanted to share in tribute to Gracia. And I want to thank you guys all so much for watching this video. Today is Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Day, and that's why I'm wearing red today. And this is one of the t-shirts that Cakes from Grace has done a fundraiser for. I'll show you that quick. That we did a fundraiser for in January, so that all of us could wear it on February 14th, because today is Wear Red Day for congenital heart defects. So if you're not already wearing red, go put some red on and spread some awareness about CHDs. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and all of videos. If you haven't seen all of them, be sure to go check them out. I talk a lot about CHDs and all about Gracie. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share these videos with all your friends and help us in our mission to spread awareness. And I hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful, gorgeous day. I will see you guys next time. Bye.